So Josh here with MediaLeaders.com. In our past video we set up settings, but in this video I'm going to show you specific settings for your theme. What do you mean, Josh? Well, you've got your resort theme up here that we loaded from WooThemes.com. We've got everything set up, but why does it look like this? Well, we want to create a slider so that we can show off this property. You go over here and you see how it says Resort by Woo. Depending on what theme you buy or purchase or download, you can go in and change the settings. The reason we like Woo is because it's really easy to change. You click on theme options here and look at all these neat options you get. Very easy. I don't have to know how to program. You can change the color to light.css and it has a totally different theme. So look, it's blue. I don't really want that. I think it's okay the way it was. You could do black, green, and change it, and you literally go over and neat, right? But I think I really liked the way it was. Default was great, and you probably could go brown. I'm getting distracted. You get the idea. Pick what you want and go with it, right? We don't want that one. So let's go to default and let's stick with it. You could change your custom logo. I'm going to click here with text title. You see that? Enable text-based site logo for right now. The site title, you can change all this stuff. We don't have time for that. Site description, let's keep that. Turn that on, and then tracking code. This is where you put your Google Analytics. That's a future video. Go to google.com/analytics to set that up. We don't have time for that. We'll do some basic other stuff. So now that we have here, let's refresh this. Magnolia Riverside property. A little big. So let's take it down to a notch to 1.4 size, which is 1.4 times the normal size of text. Great. You could sit here and tweak it all day long. But let's not do that. We don't have time for that. Myriad Pro is a really good one to just use. You can make that 1. Let's make this 1.2. Save changes. All right, so we've set up the title. Done. It's pretty easy, right? You got a home page and a sample page. Nice. Let's keep going through these settings real quick. Styling, actually general settings. Subscription settings lets you set up an RSS. We're not going to do that, but the email subscription URL for FeedBurner, we won't get into that right now. Display options. You can have comments on everything or none. I don't really think we want comments on this. I'm going to turn them off. Just for fun, post, because this is there's a lot of spam out there. Do you want the post author box? I don't want that. Post content. Do you want the excerpt or the full content on the front page? Let's do full content for right now. Display pagination. Okay, so that's pretty easy. Styling. Let's jump over to this. Do you want a background image? That could be kind of cool, and I'll show you some imagery we're going to do. Body background. So you could set a background image that goes full width. And then links, you could change the colors. Neat. Typography, this is if you really want to get down to nitty gritty. You can change all the post title, page title. Pretty easy stuff. Layout, this is where it's cool. You can put your right hand column on the right, or you can make it a left column. So that's great. Header, you can enable the telephone number. We could put that in the contact page and enable that, but I don't. Yeah, we could do that. I don't know if I want to get a bunch of random numbers. Let's enable it. Why not? This is for real estate. And then galleries, you can display all kinds of cool stuff. Business template. We're not going to do that. That's something interesting, and it'll show you what it requires. The featured slider. This is what we want to enable in the front page. We want to create 3 slides. Set a slide group. We don't need that. If it has a video in the embed code field, show that. And then newest to oldest. So let's save those changes. Now, how do you do that, Josh? We're going to go over and we're going to create slides over here in a minute. I'll show you that in a sec. Slider settings. We're going to have them fade or slide. Let's have them fade because it's a little bit cleaner. Select to enable. Pagination. Let's turn that on. I'll show you what that means. Hovering over it pauses it. And then let's make it continue auto. Let's people have ADD in real estate. Let's have 4 seconds in between them and 0.6. Let's keep going. Homepage setup. Display the introductory message. I'll show you how to change that. Introductory message. Welcome to the resort. And instead, the introductory message is right here. Welcome to the resort theme. And what we'll put instead is learn more about this excellent location of a retail for, and we can talk about this real estate property and go on and on and on. So I wrote this a little bit. Learn more about this excellent location on Magnolia Avenue. Riverside is the fastest growing area in the country. Show me more, and then we'll put a link here to what page they can show more. It could be the map, it could be all kinds of. Let's click save. You'll see the difference over here. See the header in the bottom? Let's go ahead and click here. Learn more about this excellent location on Magnolia Avenue. Now, notice how it says please add some slides. Here's what we're going to do. Boom, we're going to jump over and eventually we're going to add some slides. So the content area, let's go over and add some slides and come back. You know what? We'll come back to it. The content area, which is down here, the Hello World area. Hello World is one of the posts. Now posts are different than pages. Sample page. A page is like a contact us. You always want it available in the same spot. Posts are fresh, and so the top ones are the newest, and then the old ones, stale ones, go lower and lower and lower, and the new ones pop in. So new pictures, new events, all kinds of cool stuff are up here. But what we're going to do is, what do you want there? Do you want blog posts or page content? So determine whether to display the content of a specific page or your recent blog post. And we could have that there or the other one, and it would eventually put the content from one of these pages here. Now, page content, which page do you want down there? We'll probably do that. We'll set this up so that eventually that sample page, learn more about the business, it's just a basic page. We don't need much updating. We're going to build one basic page. So we'll do that later on. And the posts category. All right, so if you do pick posts, you're probably going to do something that's blog posts, and then it's going to be a number of blog posts. I recommend about 10, and then pick your category. Really don't need to pick a category, and you'll have tons of blog posts there. Okay, the reason for that is I want you to keep blogging. It's good for Google. Google, when they see a lot of blog posts, they love it, and then they end up sending more visitors to your site. Gallery, you can do gallery posts. This gets confused. We could keep going and going and going. I would just keep these the same. Dynamic images, footer customization, keep it exactly the same. I would activate these two, because what it does is it turns off the WooThemes and all this other stuff, and I would just save that. So you activate the custom ones, and it turns off your link to WooThemes. You don't need to be linking to them. Custom text, technically we could go back and maybe grab copyright, all rights reserved, Control-C, put that in the right just to look official. Cool. And now that we have that turned on, it should be down there in the awesome. Great. So there you go. There's a little tip and technique. Subscribe and connect. Eventually you could have people subscribe in there. We're not going to do that quite yet because we just don't have the time to go through it in this thing. But you can put your Twitter, your Facebook, your YouTube, and all kinds of other things in here. The Google Plus URL, those are really nice. And that'll end up putting them over to the right so that people can subscribe and so on. And the subscribe little box ends up looking really interesting. Here's an example of another blog that's using the subscribe and connect. Same thing. Please follow us using these networks below. You can actually put an email bucket in here if you wanted to, and we didn't do that yet, but all these little buttons, Google Plus, Instagram, and stuff are down here. So just so you know, they do end up going somewhere, and it's below each post. Contact us page. This is really helpful. I'm going to put in my contact us page, real estate. Let's do Magnolia Properties at medialeaders.com. We don't need to do the Twitter username. Enable subscribe connect. I don't think we need to do that. Enable the contact panel on your contact page template. Location name. Let's do Magnolia Riverside property. And then location address. And this is where we toss it in there. Perfect. Control-C. And that way, Google loves maps. And you always want to put a map in there if you can. Let's put my telephone number in there. Great. Fax, contact form, enable subscribe. Let's just do it that way. Maps, contact form, coordinates, disable mouse scroll, map height. Great. You could keep all this the same and go mess around with it, but you get the idea. Eventually, your sample page, if we go edit the page, we change the default template to the far right. We could make it a contact form. We could update it. and we could view that page. The reason we just set all that up is it throws down the contact form down here. Do you see that? And it also threw down here, boom, all this cool stuff. Nice. Okay, so let's jump back in. I promised you we'd finish this. We're going to try and keep this really short. Slides. You've got some slides in here, nothing so far. The reason we're going to develop a slide is because on the front page of the site, you're going to see some slides up here in this area. So let's go develop those slides here really quickly. Add new. Let's make a new slide, which is, let's go set the I don't want to do that. Magnolia property is located at an excellent location. Is located near the 91 freeway. Now what we're going to do here is set the featured image right here. See down here on the right? We are going to set the featured image and upload it. I'm going to go over to the area that I have this on our website, Media Leaders Files, Clients, and I have this as magnoliariversideproperty.com. We're going to pick the best one first, and I've already downloaded some just very basic photos of boom, boom, boom. Which one do we want first? Let's pick this one and click open. And what it does is it uploads it quickly. See how fast this server is? It's just easy to use. Now Magnolia property is located near the 91 freeway. You could add in some more stuff here, which I'll type up, but I won't take too much time. And then you can publish it. Let's do front. Let's add a slide group, front slider. So if you have other slide groups, you could as well. Have different pages can have different sliders. Let's publish that. Let's add another one that says this property is visible from is visible on its corner location from the freeway, or just visible from the freeway and gets over 25,000 cars per month, I think it is. Per month passing by. Now you could also add more text in here, which will appear over it. Let's set the featured image. Let's upload another one. Click select files. We already used that one. Oh, this is nice. It's viewed from the freeway. I don't have a freeway view, but you get the idea. Click down here, set featured image. Put it on the front slider. Click publish. Let's add one more. Hopefully this is going really well for you. Let's actually set the featured image and write the message after that. That makes my life easier. Let's do this. Set that featured image with the trees. This property is beautiful with trees, is well shaded with trees and kept nice, kept and gardened often. I don't know what to put there, with trees and situated on the corner and located on a great intersection, let's say. Hard to write on the fly. I think you get the idea. Front slider once again. Publish it. Let's do one more. Add new, and I'll add that in a sec. So I'm going to put a map in here, and I'm going to title this one, "There are many schools and new apartments being built within a 1 mile radius of this property." Publish it. Add it to the front slider. Publish it again. Let's go ahead and see if any of these turn on up here and activate them. Now look at this. Cool. Now the last one I did is the first one that pops up. Look how nice this is. We just built a website, everybody. Cool. All right, so see what we put there in the subject line. Now a couple little tiny tweaks. Let's go back over to the resort theme options. Let's go back to the featured slider content. Number of slides, I want to make it 4. It was only showing 3 of them. I also want to go oldest to newest because I want to reverse. Notice how it was 3 down here, 1, 2, 3. Now it's going to reverse the order. You'll see 4, hopefully, if everything goes right. Crossing my fingers. Perfect. You see the first image. We could probably change the imagery, and then you can see subject property, new high school, mini schools, and it's just a neat area. We're going to go and change the sample page to learn more about this. Make it much easier to use. We're going to do recent posts and stuff over here, but hopefully you understand how we changed a lot of the settings here to get everything ready. Go to MediaLeaders.com to learn more. This is Josh. See you on the next video.